Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Minecraft pixel art tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to make Spider-Man from the movie Captain America Civil War, one of my favorite Marvel movies to date. Now before we get started, we're going to have to check to see if you have a height limit. So what you're going to be doing is pretty much taking any type of block, and what you want to do, starting from the ground level from where you're going to be building this pixel art, so anywhere on the ground, you're going to at least try to place 150, maybe 160, 170. If you can't place that many blocks going up, that means you're probably playing on some sort of handheld device, which means if you're playing on the, let's say, Android phone, the iPhone, the iPod, the iPad, anything that isn't really up to date with the Minecraft updates, like, let's say, an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3 that never got any updates, there's a good chance that you have a height limit, and now, since this pixel art that we're about to build is extremely large, you're gonna find yourself running into that height limit, so you're probably only gonna be able to build half of it. So you're not gonna be able to build it standing up like this, like you saw in the thumbnail of this video. So to get around that height limit, you're gonna have to be having the blocks pretty much just laying down on the ground like this. So instead of building the pixel art standing upwards like that, you're gonna have to build it laying down on the ground if you do run into a height limit. So with that being said, let's go ahead and show you the type of blocks that you're going to be needing for this pixel art. Now, I do recommend placing these blocks on the ground. That way, when you do take a break, because we are going to be making this pixel art in parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, etc. When you come back to the next part, you'll know exactly which type of blocks you're going to be needing, because I'm sure some of you are probably going to go visit your friend's world or play some other game, or whenever you're done making the pixel art, when we're finished making the tutorial, your friends can go ahead and join your world, and they'll be able to see all the different type of blocks that went into making this pixel art. So, let's go ahead and start off by listing the type of blocks we're going to be needing. We're going to be needing the block of coal, the black wool, the gray wool, the cyan stained clay, the stone block, the light gray wool, the white wool, the obsidian, the blue wool, the lapis block, the cyan wool, the pink stained clay, the red wool, the netherrack, and the nether brick. So I'm going to go ahead and fly back a bit, so you can see all the blocks that we're going to be needing for this pixel art, and you can go ahead and put those in your immediate inventory. Just put this in your inventory. That way we don't have to scramble through the large menu and figure out where the blocks are located. So go ahead and put those in your inventory right now. So once you've done that, you're going to be switching over to black wool. Now with the black wool, what I want you to do first is find a very large empty space in your world, in your Minecraft world, and wherever you want the very center, the middle part of the pixel art to be, go ahead and put a black wool. We're going to call this the center block for now. Go ahead and put the center block there, and in a very large, empty, vacant place. So just go ahead and put the black wool there, the center block, because this is where the middle is going to be, and this is very important as well. So once you've done that, you're going to, first of all, you're going to let me finish. I'm going to tell you a few things to do, but don't do it until I say pause the video, just for this beginning part. Okay, so starting from this black wool, we're going to start on the right side. So starting from here, on the right side, this grass block from the center block. So from here, you're going to count all the way up to the number 79. That's 79. That's a 2-digit number. So before you do that, don't do that just yet. Not until I tell you to pause the video. Just hear me out. So starting from here, we're going to count the grass block as the first number because we never count the center block. So starting from this one grass block, this is going to be 1, 2, 3. Again, don't do this until I'm done explaining everything. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. And you're going to keep counting all the way to the right. Now, once you reach the number that is 79, you're going to break the grass block that is 79, and you're going to go ahead and replace it with a placement block like so. And now the placement block is going to be the bookshelf. Let's go ahead and use the bookshelf for the placement block. I'll explain what the placement block is for. Again, I do use terms in my tutorials. All the other people that have already been subscribed to me for a while know this. So just go ahead and put a placement block on the grass block that is 79. So go ahead and pause the video and do that now. Alright, so once you've done that, and I do recommend taking your time and maybe even placing blocks while you're counting, so you don't miscount. It's very, very important. This very beginning part is very important for detecting early on mistakes. So, you know, this is very crucial, especially since there's going to be a lot of block placements. You don't want to spend all this time, all this hour going to be put into this only for you to mess it up. So this is very important. So again, from the right side of the center block, we counted all the way up to the number 79, and we go ahead and break that and put a placement block there. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to fly back over here to the center block. Now, starting on the left side this time, again, we never count the center block as the first number. It's always the right or the left. So starting from the left side on top of this grass block, so this grass block there, that grass block there, that's going to be 1. And we're going to count all the way up to the number 80. So that's 80. Again, that's a double-digit number, 80. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and you're going to keep counting all the way up until you reach the number 80. 80. So once you reach 80, you're going to go ahead and break the grass block that was number 80, and you're going to go ahead and put a placement block there in its place. So go ahead and pause the video now and do that. So once you've done that, we're going to head back over here to the right side, all the way back to the right. We're going to head back to the, what was it, the 79. The 79 blocks that we counted all the way over here to the right, from the right side of the center block. So again, just to recap, on the right side we had 79. On the left side over there, that was 80. There was a 1 block difference. So now we're going to go ahead and start off the pixel art by using the black one. We're going to do some outlining. And we're going to start on top of the 79th block that we placed from the right of the center. So starting on top of this placement block here, we're going to be placing 2 black holes going up. That's 1, 2. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 20 blocks going up on the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 20 black wheels going up on the right. So it should look like this. And I do recommend using the placement block because we're going to be needing that, especially since this pixel art tutorial has a lot of patterns. I don't want you guys doing this. Like, if I said place 5 blocks going diagonal, this is just an example. Don't do this. If I said 5 diagonal, I don't want you doing that. I don't want you doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I don't want you using the same block because there's going to be many blocks being placed next to each other and going to go crisscross, and some blocks are going to be kind of matching each other. So I want you to do something like this. Well, exactly like this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because now you know exactly which type of blocks you're going to get rid of, and you don't have to spend so much time on trying to get the blocks to be like this, and then later on figure out which blocks needed to be destroyed and which didn't. This way is much simpler, and this is the placement block's purpose, and there's many reasons why we're going to be using the placement block in the near future for this tutorial. Alright, so now that we've got that, just to do a quick recap, we have the 2 black holes going up, and then we had the 20 black holes going up on the right. Now, starting from the top block of the 20, so from here, we're going to be placing 4 black holes going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's fly down, get rid of that placement block. Head back up. And this is one perfect example on why I use terms in my tutorials. I'm going to go ahead and explain this. Part 1 is always going to be explaining a thing. My subscribers already know this, because on the off chance that there are new people that are watching my tutorials for the very first time, they might get, I don't know, they might get confused with the terms I use. So here I go. So starting from this block now that we place these 4 going up on the left, what we're going to do next is place a total of 4 sets of 3s. Now, for those of you who don't understand what that is, just let me go ahead and place it, and then I'll explain it to you. And for those of you who do understand that, go ahead and place it. So, starting from here, we're going to be placing 4 sets of 3s going up on the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, again, if you didn't understand it, don't place any blocks. Just let me explain first, and then we'll do it together. So, for those new people, it should look exactly like this. Now, what I said to you was to place 4 sets of 3s. Now, this is the terms I use. It's to help me save some time, and I'll go ahead and explain what 4 sets of 3s means. So, essentially, the first number, you don't have to memorize the numbers. The numbers are always going to be changing. You just have to understand the meaning of the first number and the second number that I say when it comes to sets. So, I told you to place 4. That means how many groups we're going to have, how many groups are going to be repeating. And then I said sets of 3s. That means how many numbers, in other words, how many blocks are going to be in each group. So just to give you a recap, we had this, let's just imagine right here. This is the first group of 3, so this is 1. This is the second group of 3, because this is 1, 2, 3. So that's the second group. And this is the third set of 3s. So again, 1, 2, 3. So this is the third set. And up here is the fourth set of 3s. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I'll go ahead and recap again. You see, this is the first, this is the second, this is the third, and that was the fourth. And in each group we had 3 blocks. That was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So again, I'll fly back a bit. And again, I'm only going to be explaining this stuff in part 1. Part 2, part 3, etc. I'm not going to do any of that. Again, this is just to benefit for those who are watching my tutorials for the very first time. So again, we'll just do a quick recap. You see, this is what it looks like when I said place 4 sets of 3s. So now let's go ahead and get rid of those placement blocks, and you can go ahead and do that now. Hopefully you understood that. So I'll fly back a bit so you can see what everything should look like right now. Again, we just, quick recap, we had the 4 black walls going up on the left, and then we had the 4 sets of 3s. Now, just to give you another quick example on why I use terms, because me summarizing this, all I'll have to say is 4 sets of 3s, and everybody know what, well, people who have already been subscribed to me already know what that means. 4 sets of 3s, so they'll place all of these blocks right here. Compared to if I would say, okay, now place 3 blocks going up on the left, okay, now place 3 blocks going up on the left, okay, now place 3 blocks going up on the left, okay, now place 3 blocks going up on the left. You see how time-consuming that is? And if pretty much all I have to say is place 4 sets of 3s. That summarizes this whole entire thing. Don't worry about it. Just mesmerize. Just remember that the first number that you hear is going to be the group number. The second number you hear is just going to be the amount of blocks in each group. Alright, so now starting from the top block. I'm sorry that took long. I know people hate it when I explain stuff to the new people. So starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 9 black walls going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 black walls. Let's fly down, get rid of that placement block. Now while we're here, we're going to quickly switch over to the block of coal. So let's go ahead and switch over to the block of coal. We're going to start from the bottom block of the 9 black wool. So starting down here, right there, we're going to be placing 3 black wools going down on the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of that placement block. And now we're going to go ahead and just leave this, let's see. No, we'll actually continue that. We'll come back to that later. Alright, so starting from here now, we're going to be placing 10 block of coals. Again, this is block of coal, not black wool. So 10 block of coals going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was going down on the right. Let's get rid of that placement block. Let's head back down here. Now starting from the bottom block of these 10, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 3s going down on the left. That's 2 sets of 3s. Just go ahead and do that now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. And again, for the new people, this is what it looks like. Remember, the first number you hear is going to be the amount, the group number, the amount of groups that we placed, and the second number you hear is going to be how many blocks in each group. So, for instance, I said 2 sets, so that means there's going to be 2 groups. We have one group here, we have the second group here, and then I said of 3s. So, we have 1, 2, 3. That's the first group. 1, 2, 3. Should be easy by now. You should understand it completely. So that was 2 sets of 3s going down the left. So let's just go ahead and get rid of those placement blocks. I'll fly back a bit. So you can see that it should look exactly like this. Now again, I do want to emphasize that I will only be explaining all of this stuff in the first part, the second part, and so on and so forth. will not have any explanation. I will just assume that you know what that means by then. So now, starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going down on the left. That's 1, 2. And now we're going to be placing 1 block going down to the left. That's 1. Next, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of that placement block. I'll fly back a bit so you can see that it should look exactly like this. Now, there's something very important that I also want to mention. Do not play the catch-up game when it comes to these tutorials. One mistake. You make one mistake, the entire pixel art gets just thrown off by 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, however many blocks. So it's always worth pausing the video if you feel like you're 1 step behind. Believe me, it's not going to kill you just to hit the pause button here or there whenever you're following these tutorials, because you don't want to play the catch-up game and then accidentally miss an instruction and then your block or your pixel art is missing like 2 blocks or 3 blocks only because you didn't get up to that part. So just take your time. This is gonna, you trying to just let the video play out isn't going to get the pixel art done any faster, believe me. So go ahead and pause the video when you need to. So we're gonna switch over to the black wool now. Let's head back to this 1 block of coal. We're going to start underneath this 1 block of coal with the black wool. So with the black wool, starting from there, we're going to be adding 5 black wools going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. Next, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going down on the right. So let's use the placement block here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 black wools. Next, we're going to be placing 5 black wools going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to be placing 2 blocks going down on the right. That's 1, 2. Let's get rid of that placement block now. Now, starting from the top block of these 2 black wools, so starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 6 blocks going diagonal up to the right, starting from the top block of these 2. So from here, 6 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And as you can see, it should be making contact with these 20 black wools that we already had here that went up on the right. So it should look like that. Now, once we've done all of that, what we're going to be doing next is switching back over to the block of coal. And with the block of coal, we're going to head back over here, back to these 4 block of coals. We're going to start from the left block of these 4. So starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And once we've done that, what we're going to be doing next is placing 6 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the left. So that's 6 groups, and in each group we're going to have 2 blocks. So again, 6 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the left. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, and 1, 2, 6. And this is, again, one of the many reasons why we need the placement blocks, because with the placement blocks we can go ahead and add these blocks up together without having to worry about getting rid of a certain type of block where you're like, oh wait, did I have to place this here, or was this supposed to be here, and blah, 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 blah. Placement blocks, very, very important. It helps us go a lot faster, and at the same time, it helps us reassure ourselves that we counted correctly, because we could just look at the number of placement blocks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we know we've placed 6 sets of 2s. So let's go ahead and get rid of the placement blocks now. And I still know that there are very few people that don't like the terms of, well, the terms that I use, period. But it makes life a lot easier. Just to give you a quick example again, because I would be stuck saying, all right, 2 blocks across, now 2 blocks across, now 2 blocks across, 2 blocks across, 2 blocks across, 2 blocks across, which I did used to say like 2 years ago in my very, very old tutorials. I don't do that anymore, because just summarizing it up with terms just by saying 6 sets of 2s pretty much summarizes all of this. Very easy, making the pixel art go a lot faster. Okay, now starting from the left block of these 2 block of coal, so starting from this block, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Let's get rid of those placement blocks. Head back up here. And now we're going to be placing 2 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2. Next, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1 and 2. Let's get rid of those. Once you've done that, you're going to be switching back over to the black wool. Now, with the black wool, starting underneath this 1 block of coal up here, so underneath it, we're going to be adding 6 black wools going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, once you've done that, you're going to be placing 3 black wools going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3. Next, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 sets of 3s going down on the right. That's 2 sets of 3s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. So it should look like that. And I do also recommend counting along with me. You don't have to count every single block, but you can count the group number. So that's why I'm always saying, like, for instance, let's say we just place this, the 2 sets of 3s. I'll always count the number of blocks I'm placing. Once I've done that, I'll say the group number out loud, which is why I said like this. That said 1, 2, 3, and then I'll say the group number 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I'll say the group number 2. Just keeping track, I should say, of the group numbers. So let's go ahead and get rid of those placement blocks. Let's head back down, and I am fully aware that some of you are the new people actually are wondering why I'm taking so slow. Well, I have mentioned many times, part 1 is always going to be slow. Again, I'm trying to make it fair for everybody. Your age group, however old you are, you're not the only age group that are watching this. There are kids that aren't probably even allowed to have YouTube channels watching this. Kids of like 7 years old, 8 years old watching this. And I'm sure there's very old people watching it too. So, Minecraft isn't just restricted to one age group. So just be fair to everybody in the comment section. Don't spread hate saying, oh my god, Felix, you're going too slow. Blah, blah, blah. This is just for everybody benefits if I explain everything and go slow. Only in the first parts. Only in the first parts will I ever be going slow and explaining a lot. In the second parts, there's going to be no explaining. It's just going to be straight instructions. So don't worry about it. It's going to go a lot faster in the second part. So now, starting from the bottom block of these 3 black wools, so from here, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 4s going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Let's get rid of those placement blocks. And once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 black wools going down on the right. That's 1 and 2. And as you can see, these 2 black wools should be making contact with the ground. So let's fly back a bit. So you can see that everything should look exactly like this so far. You can go ahead and pause the video now if you need to, just to compare. And if it doesn't, we'll just do a little quick recap. From underneath that 1 block of coal, we had the 5 black wools, then we had the 3, then we had the 4, then we had the 2 sets of 3, so that was 3, 3. And then we had the 2 sets of 4s, so that was 4, 4. And then we had 2 blocks, so down here was 2. It should have been making contact with the ground. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're going to be switching back over to the block of coal. Now with the block of coal, we're going to head back up here, back to where we started underneath that 1 block of coal. So starting from this block of coal now, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. So that's 1, 2. Next, we're going to start from the right block of the, or not just yet. Yeah, actually, yeah, we will. Okay, starting from the right block of the 2 block of coal. So starting from this block, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of those placements, and it should look exactly like this. Now, once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. Next, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the right. So on the lower level to the right, 2 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Let's get rid of those placements. Let's head back over here. And now starting from this block, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going diagonal down to the right. That's 1, 2, and 3. Let's get rid of those placements now. Once we have that done, what we're going to be doing next is placing 4 sets of 3s, or not 4, sorry, 4 sets of 2s, that's my mistake. 4 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the right. I misspoke there. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4. Now this is a perfect example and perfect timing for me to explain something else to you. Don't just listen to my voice. I need you to pay attention to the video as well. I know a lot of you in the past have gotten comfortable with my voice. Instead of just looking at the video, all you will do is just hear my instructions. I want to give you a friendly reminder. I am human, so I will make a mistake here and there, but I've gotten better at it, so don't worry. So what I mean by mistake is that I might misspeak or give you a wrong direction. In other words, I might accidentally say go to the left, when in fact I'm going to the right in the video, and you'll be confused and wondering why your pixel art is coming out wrong, and that's because you didn't pay attention to the video. You know, Felix might have had a tiny little mistake here. He must have misspoke and give you the wrong instruction, but when in doubt, always do what the video does. So in other words, if you see me on the video saying go to the right, and in the video I'm going to the left, when in doubt, go to the left. The video is always right. My voice, my instructions, my vocal instructions are only here to just give you a little help, just to help you out a bit, but it's not a substitute for a video tutorial. So believe me, don't get that confused. So you need to pay attention to the video as well. So now starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1 and 2. Let's get rid of those placements. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 5 blocks going up. No, excuse me. 2 blocks, not 5. I'm ahead of myself. So you're going to be placing 2 blocks, not 5. 2 blocks going up on the right. That's 1, 2. Another perfect timing for a mistake. Alright, so everything should be looking exactly like this, okay? Just go ahead and pause the video if you need to, just to compare for whatever reason. Alright, so let's get rid of the placement block. Now, starting from the top block of these 2, this is why I said I got a little ahead of myself. So starting from here, we're going to be placing 5 blocks. Now we're going to be placing 5. So now we're going to be placing 5 blocks going up on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get rid of that place block. And as you can see, it should be making contact with the other 3 block of coals that we had here. So again, I'll fly back a bit so you can see that everything should look exactly like this. Now, what we're going to be doing next is quickly switching over to the cyan clay. Now, with the cyan clay, we're going to head back up here to this single empty space. This empty space that we have the 3 block of coals, and over here on the right, we have these 3 black walls. So just this empty space here, we're going to be filling that. We're going to fill this in with the cyan clay. Let's go ahead and fill it in with the cyan stained clay. So it should look like that. Now, once you've done that, what we're going to be doing next is switching over to the gray wool. So let's switch over to the gray wool now. Now, with the gray wool, we're going to head back to these 5 block of coals that we had going up on the right. We're going to start underneath the 5 block of coals with the gray wool. So starting from there, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 2s going down on the left. So that's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. That's 1 and 2. Next, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. That's 1, 2. And now that we've done that, we're going to quickly switch back over to the black wool. Now with the black wool, we're going to be filling in these 3 single spaces here, in between the block of coal and the gray wool. Just fill in these three empty spaces with black wool. Just fill those in with black, and it should look like this. Once we've done that, we're going to switch back over to the gray wool, and with the gray wool, we're going to head back up here, back to the very first 2 gray wools that we had going down, that started underneath the 5 block of golds. We're going to start from the bottom block of these 2 gray wools, so starting from there, we're going to be placing 3 gray wools going down on the right. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Next, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 3s going down on the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. Next, we're going to be placing 1 block going down to the left. That's 1. And now from this 1 block, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now you're going to be placing 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. That's 1, 2. Now, of course, guys, remember to hit that pause button if you're feeling like you're falling behind, or if you feel like the video is going a little too fast for you. Alright, so we're going to be switching over to the black wool now, and with the black wool, we're only going to be filling in these 4 empty spaces down here. You can go ahead and count those empty spaces, only down here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just fill in these 4 empty spaces here with black wool. Go ahead and do that now. So it should look exactly like this when you're done filling it in. Now, once you've done that, you're going to be switching over to the gray wool. And with the gray wool, we're going to head back up here, going all the way back up here to these 2 gray wools. You can see right next to it, we have this empty space. This single empty space right here, we're going to go ahead and fill that in with the gray wool. Let's go ahead and do that now. Fill this in with gray. And it should look like this. Now, once we've done that, we're going to be switching back over to the black wool. So let's switch over to the black wool. And with the black wool in hand, we're going to fly all the way back over here to the left. Let's fly back over here to the left. Starting from the left block of these 2 block of gold, so starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 2 black wools going across on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2. Again, that's with black wool. Let's get rid of that placement block. Now, once you've done that, you're going to be placing 6 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. So that's 6 across. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 black wools, lower level. So let's go ahead and get rid of the placement block now. Now, once we've done that, what we're going to be doing next is moving over here, starting from the right block of the 6 black wools. So starting from here, just to make this a little easier, we're going to switch over to a placement block and put a placement block underneath the right block of the 6. Just put 1 placement block there underneath the right block of the 6 black wools. And once you've done that, we're going to start on the left side of this placement block. So starting from there, with the black wool, we're going to be placing 5 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it should look like this. Now let's go ahead and get rid of that placement block and head back down. Now starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 5 blocks going down on the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, I'll fly back a bit so you can see that it should look exactly like this. The first 5 black wools that we placed started 1 block to the left of the right side of that block, or the right block of these 6. So again, this was 6, and then this one right here was 5, and then this one right here was 5. Alright, so now starting down here from this block, we're going to have 3 black wools going down on the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 5 blocks going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get rid of that placement block, head back down. And now from here, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Head back up, get rid of that placement block, and now we're going to head back down. And now from here, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 3s going down on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. So again, that was 2 sets of 3s. Let's get rid of those placement blocks. And as you can see, it should be making contact with the ground like this. So again, I'll fly back a bit so you can see what we've done so far of this outline. And you could go ahead and pause the video now if you need to, just to compare. So now what we're going to be doing next is switching over to the blue wool. And I'm going to teach you a new term, because I have plenty of terms. Terms that I use in my tutorials. So with the blue wool, we're going to head back up here. Going back to the 6 black wools we had going across here, we're going to start directly underneath the right block of these 6 with the blue wool. So starting from there, right here, all we're going to be doing with the blue wool is tracing the outline of the black wool going down to the right. Now this is a term that I use, all it really is what I said, tracing the outline. It's very, very simple. Where if there's 5 blocks, we place 5 whatever blocks that we're going to be tracing it with. And if there's 3, we place 3. If there's 4, we place 4, etc. So I'll go ahead and do it now. If you understand it, go ahead and do that. If you don't, just wait until I'm done placing it. So again, all we're doing is just tracing the outline going down to the right. Tracing the black wool outline with the blue wool. Don't want to place it or overlap it. There we go. I'll fly back a bit so you can see that it should look exactly like this. Tracing the outline is by far one of the easiest to understand terms that I use in my tutorials, so I don't expect anybody to really get confused by it. So it's very simple and easy. It should look like this when you're done tracing it with the blue wool. Okay, so now that we've got that done, what we're going to be doing next is, let's see, we're going to switch over to the placement block. We're going to try to make this easier for ourselves. We're going to head back over here, going back to the 5 black wools we had going down from the right block, 1 block over there to that. So let's go back up here to the top block of these 5 black wools. Starting on the left side, we're just going to be placing 1 placement block. Let's go ahead and put 1 placement block there. Now once you've done that, you're going to be switching back over to the black wool. And with the black wool, starting on the left side of this placement block, so starting from there, with the black wool, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 4 blocks. So it should look like this. Now let's get rid of those placement blocks, because now what we're going to be doing is placing 2 blocks going down on the left. That's 1, 2. Let's get rid of that. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 1 block going down to the left. That's 1. And now from that 1 block, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going down on the left. That's 1, 2. So that's 2 blocks. So let's get rid of that placement block. Let's fly back a bit so you can see that everything should look exactly like this. So now that we've done that, we're going to head back up here, going back to these 6 black wools going across. We're going to start from the left block this time of the 6 black wools. So starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 3 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the left. Going across lower level to the left, 3 sets of 2s. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. So it's just 3 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get rid of those placement blocks now. So once we've done that, we're going to head back up here again, going back to the very popular 6 black wools going across. Again, we're going to switch over to the placement block. This time, we're going to start on top of the left block of these 6 black wools. So starting from there, we're just going to be placing 1 placement block on top of it. So that's 1. Now let's switch over to the black wool, and on the right side of the placement block, you're going to go ahead and put a black wool on the right side. So that's 1. And while you're at it, on top of this placement block, so don't get rid of it. If you did, go ahead and put it back. So again, now starting on top of it, we're going to be placing 3 black wools going up. That's 1, 2, 3. So it should look like that. So all we did was just put the placement block on top of the left block, and then we had one black wool go on the right side of that placement block, and on top of the placement block, we had 3 black wools going up on top of it. So it should look like that. So now let's go ahead and get rid of that placement block. And let's fly, let's say, up here. And from here, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 5s. 2 sets of 5s going up on the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. Let's fly down, get rid of those placement blocks. And now we're going to head back up here. And now from up here, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2. Next, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's get rid of that placement block. And now that we've done that, we're going to start on top of the right block of these 4 black wools. So starting from the top block of the, starting on top of the right block of these 4. So starting from there, we're just going to be placing 1 black wool. So that's 1. So it should look like that. And now from this 1 black wool, we're going to be placing 3 blocks going up on the right. That's 1, 2, 3. Next, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going up on the right. That's 1, 2. Once you've done that, you're going to be placing 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. Next, from this 1 block, we're going to be placing 7 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 black wools. Now let's get rid of those placement blocks. And now from here, what we're going to be doing next is, let's head back down here. Let's head back to this 1 black wool that we had on top of the right block of these 4 black wools. So again, let's head back to this 1 black wool here. Starting from this 1 black wool, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the left. That's 1. And now from this 1 block, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2. So I'll fly back a bit so you can see that everything should look exactly like this so far. And now that we've done all of that, what we're going to be doing next is, let's fly all the way back down here. Let's go to this general area. Let's go back to where we had this kind of weird V-shape outline that we've made out of the block of coal. And what I want you to do is find these 2 block of coals that we had going across while still having the black wool, because we're going to be using the black wool. I just need you to find these 2 block of coals. On the left side of it, we have these 4 diagonal, and on the right side of it, we have these 2 block of coals going across. So you're going to be finding these 2 block of coals, and we're going to start on top of the left block of these 2, so starting up here on top of it. With the black wool, we're going to be placing 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's get rid of those placement blocks. So I'm going to fly back a bit so you can see that it should look exactly like this. Now, once you've done that, starting from here, we're going to be placing 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2. Next, we're going to be placing 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. And now from this 1 block, what we're going to be doing next is of 2s going across on the upper level to the right. That's 6 sets of 2s going across. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, and 1, 2, 6. So that was 6 sets of 2s. So go ahead and pause the video now if you need to, just to compare. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get rid of those placement blocks. And once we've done that, we're going to be flying down here. Let's fly all the way down. Almost directly below this area where we finished off with these two black holes. So let's fly all the way down here, and I want you to find these 3 block of coals that are pretty much directly below that area where we just stopped up there. So if you fly down here, we have these 3 block of coals going across. And directly up to the right of it, we have this 1 block of coal that's making contact with these 3. So find these 3, and then just go, just move 1 up to the right, and you should see this 1 block of coal. We're gonna start on top of this 1 block of coal. So starting from there, right there, with the black wool, we're gonna be adding 15 black wools going up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 black wools going up. And now that you've done that, again, pause the video if you need more time. Don't play the catch-up game. You do not want to play the catch-up game. So now, starting from there, we're going to be placing 8 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to fly back down, get rid of that placement block. Let's head back up here. Now, starting from this block up here, we're going to be placing 9 blocks going up on the right. Place 9 blocks going up on the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's fly back down here. Get rid of that placement block. And while we're at it, we're going to head back to these 8 blocks. The 8 blocks that we placed just before we placed these 9 blocks going up to the right. Let's head back to these 8 black wools. We're going to start from the top block of the 8. So I'm going to go ahead and put a placement block just to show you where we are. Don't want to confuse it or lose anybody. So again, heading back to the top block of the 8 black wools. So starting from this block here, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 3s going up on the left. 2 sets of 3s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. So that was 2 sets of 3s going up on the left. So now let's go ahead and get rid of those placement blocks. And now that we've done that, what we're going to be doing next is flying down here to the right. We're going to head back to these 9 black wools we had going up. Don't get it confused with the 9 black wools that we placed up there, that went up to the right. I'm talking about these 9 black wools down here that underneath it we filled in that area with the cyan stained clay. So find these 9 black wools that are making contact and directly above these cyan clay area that we filled in. We're going to start from the top block of these 9 black wools. So starting from here, we're going to be placing 6 black wools going up on the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 black wools that went up on the left. So let's get rid of that placement block now. And let's head back up here. Now, starting from this block, we're going to be placing 3 sets of 3s going up on the left. That's 3 sets of 3s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 3. And it should look like that. That's the 3 sets of 3s going up on the left. Now let's go ahead and get rid of those placement blocks. There we go. And now that we've done that, we're going to do just one more thing before we end the part. Let's head back down here to the right. We're going to head back to the 2 block of coals that we had going across, that I had you find. And then on top of it, on the left block, we had these 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That started on top of the left block of these 2 block of coals. Well, we're going to head back to the 4 black wools here, but we're going to start from the very first one that made contact with the top block of the 2 block of coals. So starting from this 1 black wool here, that's on the top of the coal. So with the black wool, starting from here, on top of this, or from this 1 block, I should say, we're going to be placing 4 black wools going up on the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should look like this. Okay? Now, once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 sets of 3s going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. Let's get rid of those placement blocks. Let's head back up here. And now from here, we're going to be placing 2 sets of 2s going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Let's get rid of those placements. Head back up here. And now we're going to be placing 3 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3. And once you've done that, you're going to be placing 2 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2. And now we're going to be placing 3 blocks going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of that placement block, and we're going to fly back a bit. And you can see that the 3 black walls that we just placed going up on the left should be making contact with these 7 black walls that we had here going across already. See, it's making contact with these 3 that we just placed. So it should look exactly like this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause here and continue my Spider-Man pixel art tutorial in the next part. Now, before I actually end it, what we're going to do next is fill in 2 large areas. Don't close the video just yet. And if you did, boy oh boy, are you going to be a little confused in the next part because you didn't fill in these areas. So before we actually end the part, we're going to be switching to 2 blocks. We're going to be switching over to the black wool and the blue wool, or not the blue wool, the obsidian. That's my mistake. Okay, so the only blocks you're going to be needing for this time lapse, and usually if you're new, and again if you're new, let me explain what a time lapse is. Essentially, it's just where I tell you to fill in a certain large area, and I just fast forward the video because you don't need to see me. You don't need to see a video of me sitting in silence for the next 5 minutes just to fill in a large area. It's better if I just fast forward me filling in a large area and just telling you, explaining it to you what you need to fill in, so you could just pause the video and just fill that in and whatnot. So what we're going to be doing is just switching over to the black wool and the obsidian, because this is going to be the very last part of this tutorial part. So let's switch over to the obsidian, and with the obsidian, what we're going to be doing is just filling in this empty space here. In fact, I'm not going to go ahead and time lapse it. I'll explain everything. You see this empty space here, that empty space that we all have with the blue outline that we had tracing it. So just this empty space right here, staying within the outline. We never cross over any outline when we're filling in a large area, or any space for that matter. So this empty space right here, this single empty space, we're going to go ahead and fill that in with the obsidian block. So let's go ahead and do that in real time. I decided against the time lapse because I still want to explain a few things. So again, just fill this empty space here along with me. And this is going to be the obsidian block. Let's go ahead and just fill that in with the obsidian. And again, I just want to just remind you that the next part, it will go a lot faster. It will go a lot smoother. Well, faster as in like a decent pace. It's not going to go super, super slow like this one did. But even then, I feel like this one was a little fast too. So don't worry about it. I know we didn't get that much done for this tutorial part, but there was a lot of explaining. You gotta understand that I had to do the intro, I had to tell you which different type of blocks, I had to explain the height limit, I had to explain the center block, I had to explain the right placement block, the left placement block, I had to explain what a placement block is, I had to explain all the terms. That's why we almost never get anything really done in part 1, because there's going to be a lot of explaining, and it's always necessary just to give the new people, whoever are new to my channel or videos or whatever, a fair chance at actually trying to build this. So again, don't worry, we're going to get a lot more done in the next part. So now that we filled in that area with the obsidian, what we're going to be doing next is switching over to the black wool. Now with the black wool, we're going to move over here to the left. We're going to be filling in this single empty space here. It's the empty space that we had the gray wool outline here. And then we had those little tiny empty spaces filled in with the black wool. But now we're going to be filling in this single empty space that's right here. Staying within the outline, we're going to go ahead and fill that in with the black wool. So go ahead and do that now. Just fill that in with the black wool. And we're going to be pretty much done. Now I do want to mention that the next part is probably going to be covering some areas that we're going to be filling in. And it's going to be crisscross, which I'll go ahead and explain that in the next part. There's no need to confuse you here or even discourage you. And I want everybody that's watching this to be aware that these pixel arts take a bunch of hours out of your life. So don't expect, oh, Felix is probably going to get it done in the second or third part. Felix is going to get it done in however many parts it takes. I can't rush pixel art this large in a very certain, let's say, shortened time. Like, I can't say, oh, it's going to be done in an hour. It's just impossible. I'm sorry, just be aware that you're in for the long run, but the next part for this Spider-Man pixel art tutorial will come out soon, so you won't have to wait. In fact, I've been doing a pretty good job, if I don't, if I do say so myself, on uploading. So don't worry, the next part's going to come out. So I'll fly back a bit so you can see that when you're done filling in that empty space with the black wool, it should look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and continue my Spider-Man Minecraft pixel art tutorial from the movie Captain America Civil War in the next part, part 2, so go ahead and make sure to stay tuned for that. And if you guys would like to request your own pixel art, if you guys would want to see a superhero, maybe an anime character, a cartoon character, a game character, maybe even a celebrity, a singer, an actor, whoever you guys would like to see me turn into a pixel art, and then eventually turn it into a pixel art tutorial, just go ahead and request on the latest Pabu video. Just go to my YouTube channel and click on the recent videos, and you should see a video that just says Pabu. You can go ahead and click on that video, and in the comment section, that's where you go ahead and post your requests. Please do not post requests in random tutorial parts because I can't see them. I use the Pabu video to filter out requests, so I can't go back to a video that's like 2 years old and be like, alright, what's the newest request? I can't do that. So always make sure to check out the new Pabu video that comes out every week, and you can go ahead and leave your Minecraft pixel art request in that video, in the comment section of that video. So with all that being said, make sure to stay tuned in for the next part of the Spider-Man pixel art tutorial, and make sure to stay tuned in for the next Minecraft video.